Alright, so let's move on to the next drawer, which I keep my powders and bronzers. This one seems to be, again, pretty organized, but as you can see, quite dirty, and also I need to declutter a lot of stuff. Alright, so here's everything that was in that drawer. I'm now going to put a napkin right over here because, as you know, powder could be quite messy. So most of my things, I don't know if you guys know, I have like a special connection with, and it's so hard for me to get rid of, even if I'm halfway done. I also like to basically finish everything, but as you can see on this one, I certainly hit pan and I stopped using it, but it's one of my favorite powders. It's from Cover Effect in the color G60, but I'm going to throw it away. Then I have another powder from Cover Effects. This one is an N60. It's a little bit darker, I think. Oh no, actually it's brand new. Perfect. Never mind about that. Now I have a new one. One of my favorite current bronzers. As you guys know, I've been using this like crazy. It's actually a powder from Tarte in Deep. This is super old. It's from Maybelline. It's like a loose powder. It was really great, but I'm going to throw it away because this one I haven't had for too long though, and I love it. This product, guys, first of all, as you know, I use this in every tutorial basically to set my concealer, and I've had it for about a year, I believe, and it's still intact. Like everything, it's still in there. I don't understand. It's never going to finish. Loose powder from NYX. I've purchased a few of the banana one of my favorite, and I'm going to keep it. Then we have this one, which is a color correcting loose powder in purple, and it's supposed to brightening your yellow undertones. I don't know, man. I kept it for the collection's sake, but I might put it in my maybe pile because I don't think I will be using that. This is the IT Cosmetics translucent powder. Many people love this, and I like it as well. Like, it does set your under eye quite nicely, but I feel like, one, it gives me a flash white cast, and even though it's supposed to be translucent and not give any color, it seems to like not make my under eye brighter. You know what I mean? Like this one makes it brighter even though it's also a translucent powder, but this one seems to like darken it a little bit. Long story short, I like it, but I don't love it. I'm going to keep it and keep trying it out basically. Then we have some more Too Faced. This one is the Milk Chocolate Soleil. I keep it for whenever I do makeup on other people, especially light skin. It's a really great powder. And this one is the Endless Summer bronzer. And that's what it looks like. Never really used it, so I'm going to be putting it over here. This is the Circa bronzer. Obsessed with this. It's such a great drugstore bronzer. It's called Amalfi Coast, and it's actually a matte bronzer. Lancome bronzer. That's what it looks like. Another great one. Might keep it. These are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Contour Duo in medium and light. I'm going to keep medium and give away the light one. Alright, so next we have one of my favorite powders from the Naked Skin line. I have it in medium dark. That's what it looks like. It's good to contour. This one is the shade that I use, which is in medium dark golden, and this one is medium light in warm. Yeah, I'm going to keep all three. NYC bronzer. Love it. One of the best matte bronzers from the drugstore. This is a Tarte bronzer. I haven't really used it, especially because it has a shimmer, and I don't like bronzers with shimmer, so I'm going to be putting it away and give it to somebody that would appreciate that. Laura Geller. I really like this one. It's just like a natural everyday bronzer. One of my favorites from Too Faced, the Chocolate Soleil, and then I also have it in dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is my favorite for my skin type. This one has a more of a like cool tone, as you can see, and I prefer warm tones. This is Vita Laborata Mineral Bronzer. I believe it's like, oh yeah, it's a self-tanning bronzer. I don't self-tan, so I've never used it actually, so I'm just going to put it right over here. All right, so let's move on onto the back stuff. We have some more Laura Geller products. This is one of my favorite setting powders. It sets your face really nicely, but it still gives you a nice overall facial glow. So if you have dry skin, I think this will be a great setting powder. It's called Filter, Finish, and Universal. Then we have the Beach Matte Bronzer. Let me see. I have to choose from these two because I can't keep both. I'm going to keep the Beach Matte Bronzer because obviously it's matte. This one has a little bit of shimmer, but not too much. No, it's still matte, actually. Yeah, I love matte bronzers. I'm gonna keep it in my maybe pile. These are some powder foundations which you could actually use wet or dry. Pretty impressive, let me tell you. And the one that I use is in tan. I'm going to keep tan and deep and give away the medium. These right here are one of my favorite drugstore powders and foundation. The Infallible Pro line is amazing, and these are the powder ones. I think the one I use is in 600. I also have 700 and 200. I have 3 of the NYX HD finishing powders. I'm going to keep banana because it's one of my favorite loose powders, so it's nice to have in in a press form. And then I also have it in green and purple, and I'm going to be getting rid of these. This is the Benai Banana Loose Powder. Such a hype here on YouTube. I've had it for so long though. It says 30 months. I'm pretty sure I've had it for more than 30 months. I might keep it and do a YouTube made me buy it video with this because honestly, it's great, but I've tried better. These right here are translucent powders from Circa. I think it's such a cool packaging. It actually brings like a brush and then you just press that button and all the products comes out. I have it in dark and medium, and I've used the dark one once, I believe. I have to keep trying this out, but I'm going to get rid of the medium. So you're probably wondering, Natalie, what in the world? This is my favorite bronzer, especially to contour my nose. I love it for like all over the face, but one of the best matte bronzers I've used ever. So these two, I already hit pan on them and I have a close relationship with them and don't want to get rid of them. You know, I'm going to throw this one away and stay with this one. This one is like I can't touch because it has my name. And then this one is extremely cute, so obviously I haven't used. Moving on with Estee Edit Barris Bronzer in Medium Deep. That's what it looks like. It's a great color. It could be a little bit too brick on certain skin tones, but on me I think it's really nice, especially for eyeshadow. I love using this as a transition color, so I'm going to keep it. These right here, I'm not going to lie, I've kept especially because of the packaging, but I do have to say they're not my favorite. Like, it didn't blow my mind away, so I didn't use it too much, but I might just keep it just because of the packaging, to be honest. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's now clean this bad boy and put it all back in. All right, so here is what my powder and bronzer drawer looks like. A lot more organized. And then these are the products that I'm going to get rid of from my collection and give to friends and family. All right, so my last drawer today is going to be my blushes. For a person that doesn't like blushes, I have quite a lot, so let's declutter. Right, so I actually have eyeshadow in here as well, some from Urban Decay and Milani, and then the blushes like I mentioned. So let's start with Marc Jacobs. These are actually new to my collection. I really like these, but I obviously know I'm not going to use all of them. So this one's actually untouched and I'm going to be giving it away to one of you guys. I'll be giving this one to friends, and I think I'm only going to stay with 3. And these right here I actually haven't really used aside from these two, Fetish and Score, just because they're more like wearable and peachy. I like peachy blushes or neutral blushes. These are extremely intense. Like the red one I used for my Harley Quinn tutorial and it was perfect for that. So I do keep these especially for like Halloween tutorials or any special event. So that being said, I'm going to keep the entire collection just for the look of it and also for Halloween tutorials. All right, so up here we have Reina Rebelde. This is actually new to my collection and I really love this. Especially, that's like my favorite color in blush, which is like a peachy coral color with a shimmer to it. That's a bronzer, which is matte and perfect, and this is an illuminating like inner corner kind of deal. Super cool. With NYX is basically the same thing as Urban Decay. I have a bunch of the same shades basically. So from the NYX collection, I'm just going to keep these 3 because this one I use for a Halloween tutorial and is a beautiful hot pink. This orange one I think will be perfect as well for an eyeshadow now in the fall. And then this one's actually the only kind of blush that I would use, which looks actually like a bronzer. Okay, then I have 3 MAC blushes, and these are actually the same in the color Style. And I'm going to be giving this one back to MAC so I could get a free lipstick or a free eyeshadow. Bobbi Brown blush. This is a beautiful everyday pinky blush. It's like my go-to pink blush, but I don't really reach to it, so I'm going to be putting it in my gift back palette. Fiona Steele's, which is actually a new brand in my collection, and this color is beautiful, but it's gonna be in my maybe pile because I still don't know. Circa, oh my god, I'm making a mess. This is a beautiful baby doll blush, also in my maybe pile. Wet n Wild Pearlescent Pink, one of the oldie but goodies, but I'm going to be getting rid of this because I have too many things in my collection. These 2 are the Naked Flushed in Naked and Strip. I'm going to keep Strip. This is actually brand new, so I'm going to be giving it to one of you guys. We have some from Laura Geller. I love this one. And then this one is like a blush with a bronzer, but I'm going to be giving this one to friends. Clarins, really fancy, but I don't reach for it, so I'm going to be getting rid of it. Estee Edit, this one's a beautiful coral color, and since it's so similar to this one, I'm going to be getting rid of Fiona Steele's, which was in my maybe pile. Milani, one of my favorite drugstore brands, especially for blushes and eyeshadow, but my favorite is Romantic Rose. I like all three, so I might just keep it for the sake of the collection, you know. And then this one is from Cargo, which is extremely similar to the MAC one, like super similar color wise. It's crazy. Like, it's a peachy coral with a shimmer of gold. The Circa I'm going to be giving to friends. Benefit Dandelion, this one is a baby doll pink, but I think it's a little bit too pale for my skin tone, so I'm going to be getting rid of it. Another Estee Edit blush, which I think is actually brand new. I'm going to be getting rid of it as well. And then we have some Tarte blushes. I love their formula for blushes, so I'm going to keep all three. I'm progressing a little bit, guys. So these are a bunch of the Milani Bella eyeshadows, and I love them. But honestly, from palettes and single eyeshadows, I really don't use single eyeshadows, so I'm going to be giving it to friends. You see, guys, I'm doing a lot better. All right, so from the Urban Decay line, I'm going to be getting rid of these right over here. Alright, so here is the after, and I have to say I got rid of so many products, probably the best drawer yet. And here are the products that I'm going to be getting rid of from that drawer and from everything today, basically. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and see you next time.